It's the opening day of the 2021 state tournament after West Fargo, the EDC champions, swept their way past St. Mary's. We're on to game 2 today between West Fargo Cheyenne and Bismarck High. But the Demons do still have 2 more set points to work with. Foster to Renner. She's had the hot hand, and quite fittingly, she ends set 1. 5 kills in the first set for Renner. Bismarck takes set 1, 25-22 behind the play of Kennedy Renner.
That's unfortunate for her. Too bad.
Out of system. Just a free ball from Brown. Anderson a chance to win it. And does. What a response to come from behind in set 2. The Bismarck fans love it. It's a 2-0 lead for the Demons. Cheyenne on the verge of losing back-to-back years in the quarterfinals. Bismarck missed the state tournament last year. They're 1 point away from the state semis. Wasdorp dug up. Renner. Stevenson popped it up quickly. Foster wants Renner again. Back to Renner for a 3rd straight time. She tools the block, and Bismarck's into the semis. Kill number 16 of the night for Kennedy Renner is the winner, and Bismarck sweeps West Fargo Cheyenne to advance to the state semis, where they take on West Fargo tomorrow. 16 kills for Kennedy Renner, and the Demons win in the quarters. Our Women's Way player of the game today, Kennedy Renner, went down with a little bit of an ankle injury early in that first set, Kyle, but didn't hamper her whatsoever. 16 kills to lead the charge for the senior as she sends Bismarck into tomorrow's state semifinals.
Yeah, I would almost say that the ankle injury kind of gave her a little life or a little juice, and she came out after that and lit it up. So I think that's a big reason BHS played so well, is because she kind of set the tone for them.
13 of her 16 kills came after she came down on Callie Tungsted's foot, rolled the ankle a little bit. She stayed in the game, didn't come off the floor, and led the charge with 16 kills in a 3-set sweep for Bismarck over Cheyenne. And that sends the Demons into the semis tomorrow, where they take on the #1 seed out of the EDC, West Fargo, at 1 p.m. in the state semis. Kennedy Renner, our Women's Way player of the game, with 16 kills and a Bismarck win. We are halfway through the opening day of the 2021 state tournament from the Bismarck Event Center, and for the 4th consecutive year, Davies and Century meet in the state tournament.
Knows the middle blockers probably stand in middle. She pushes it 25 feet and gets her Logan Nisley wide open on a split block. She rips that thing home, and they've got their first set point.
That's a little bit long, and Century wins set 1. A come-from-behind win for the Patriots late in set 1, and we head to the second with a 1-0 lead for the defending champs.
And you're squared up to the corner. You realize no one's there. You just give it a push and hope it catches the corner and the line.
Only the 5th kill of the season for Hallie Mattern. They want Ballman to end it. Not yet. Ketterling chases it down. Back set to Harder, rips it into the corner. A dominant second set goes the way of the defending champs, and the Patriots are just 1 set away from the semifinals. Match point for the Patriots. And the Century bench, along with the Century fans, up to their feet inside the Bismarck Event Center. 1 point away from the state semis. Overpass, Ballman dumps it home, and Century sweeps their way into the semis. A 3-0 sweep, and Century for the 11th year in a row will play in the state semis after a 25-19 win in the 3rd. We wrap it up on our Women's Way postgame show when we come back. It's our Women's Way player of the game, Macy Fridgen, with 7 kills tonight and a couple blocks. Listen, you could have picked a name out of a hat and been right tonight with the way that Century played. The balance has been the story all season long. Macy Fridgen, one of many today for the Patriots.
Absolutely. Macy had a really good opening match today, and so did several of the Century Patriots, who could have handed out that award to a variety of them. And that's what makes them so tough, right? They come from a lot of different angles. It's really tough to defend. You slow one down and somebody else finds another way. But great match by Macy Fridgen and the Century Patriots.
5 different players had at least 5 kills in a 3-set sweep for Century here in the quarterfinals over Davies, led by the 10 of Logan Nisley, but 7 and a couple blocks tonight for Macy Fridgen, the University of Jamestown commit, playing in her final state tournament at the high school level. Quick night of work for Century here in the quarterfinals, 26-24, 25-11, and 25-19, the win for the Patriots.
Today we clinched 2 spots in the Class A state championship. The first of 2 semifinals pits the Bismarck High Demons and the West Fargo Packers on deck. She's even jumping on the celebration. She's looking more and more healthy as this one goes on. No margin for error for the Packers. High off the block. Here's Renner trying to end it. And she does! Kennedy Renner taking over the last few points. BHS takes the first set of the Class A semifinal.
Needed a block, and they delivered.
How about out of the timeout, Bismarck High with 2 straight points. Bit of trouble on the serve receive. Schnell into the net, and Bismarck High calls a timeout. Comes out and rattles off 3 points. They're up 2-0 in the Class A state semifinal. And BHS is 1 point away from a state title match appearance. The ace ends it. Bismarck High on to the state championship match tomorrow. They will play for the ultimate Class A crown for the first time since 2016 in a sweep of West Fargo. Not shocking to see a BHS win, maybe to see a sweep. That was impressive.
It was an impressive performance today. You know, coming in, there was so much doubt about the health of the Bismarck Demons, but they just found a way to click on all cylinders. All those players played, and they had more than enough to punch their ticket to the state title game.
All right, it's Genevieve Birchinall, 9 kills and a balanced attack. She really stepped up today, one of her best matches of the season in the semifinals.
Yeah, absolutely. When they needed someone to step up today, she was there. She picked them apart from the middle position and really gave them an emotional spark with swinging, tipping, and blocking the ball. It was a good thing to see the play out of her today, I'm sure, if you're Coach Klein. So kudos to Genevieve. Great effort in the semifinals.
2 of their top players, her teammates Kennedy Renner and Brooke Curtis, ankle issues from the quarterfinals. Weren't sure if either of them were going to play, but they did, and so did Birchinall. She's our Women's Way player of the game. How about a sweep for BHS? They are into the semifinals, where they will play either Century or Shanley.
There's 1 spot left in tomorrow's state championship match from the Bismarck Event Center. Bismarck High swept its way past West Fargo in our first semifinal, and now it's Shanley against the defending state champs in Bismarck Century. You can laugh when you got a little bit of breathing room. It's still a 6-point lead on set point for Century. Back set to Fridgen. Cross court, and that's the winner in set 1. It's fittingly Macy Fridgen to end set 1. 6 kills for the senior, and Century wins 25-18 in the first. Nine-point cushion here on set point for Century. Clark wants Dennis. Now Vetter sets, tipped over by George. Quick set, Ballman, upped by Vetter. Back set, Harder, scooped up by the freshman Robin. and then a breakdown, and it results in the set going to Century. 25-15, the final. Look out.
Just perhaps a little too late here. You got to go 6-7. You got to go 6 points in a row. We'll see what she can do. You may as well be aggressive with it.
Fletcher sets Bauman. Blocked back, but it's out of bounds. And for the 11th consecutive year, Century will play in the state title match. 25-18, the final in the third set, and Century sweeps their way past Shanley in the state semis to advance to take on their big rival Bismarck High tomorrow in the state championship. New year, same result. Century will play for a state title tomorrow, and it's led by Logan Nisley. She had just 2 kills a set and a half into this thing, but over the next set and a half, Chris, 10 kills to give her 12 total, and she was the closer for Century in the semis.
Yeah, she really was the closer. She is the anchor for this team and does a lot of different things. She's a primary passer, a primary defensive player, and a big key on the offensive side. But one of the things that tends to go unnoticed sometimes, or you don't get just watching a game, is her leadership ability. This is a team with 8 seniors. Logan Nisley's a junior. We're told that by her coach, she is the leader of this team, and that's a tough role. Not a lot of players out there can handle leading a team of seniors like that, but she does it from the junior spot and does a great job of it. So credit to her today on a great game. Credit today on the Patriots on a fantastic win. Can't wait to see that final tomorrow.
The decade of dominance continues into a new decade. Century, for an 11th straight year, will play in the state championship match, and it's against their biggest rival tomorrow, Bismarck High. 5th sweep in 5 tries this postseason, all the way through the conference tournament and now the first 2 rounds of the state tournament for Century. 25-18, 25-15, and 25-18. It's a sweep for Century onto the state championship match tomorrow against BHS. Thanks so much for joining us in the Class A semis. Can't wait to bring you the Class B semis and then the final day tomorrow.